I was groomed somewhat like a Pomeranian, that's true.
This episode is fabulous. Have you all seen it?
Yes, I saw it today. It's wonderfully strange and fun.
I was a little taken back by the technology. I'm curious, was there ever discussion about doing it at the revamped house in North Hollywood, which looks so good now?
I think that they thought of it early on, but for whatever reason, that never came through. It would have been the perfect way to do it. But what we did was really amazing. It's another technological marvel. Brady Renovation was the way that ended up. But this is amazing. It's a digital set. We were working with green screen. We had very few points of reference in reality. And look what we did. It really came out well.
Barry, do you have any insight on why this particular episode was revisited?
Well, I think it's become a kind of a favorite over the years, a cult favorite, and it talks a little bit about trying to change the person that you are and the way that you get attention by changing, in this case, your hair color or changing something about you, but yet coming back to having to be who you really are, whether you're wearing a wig or not, or whether you're wearing a dress or pants. I think there are a lot of analogies that cross over very seamlessly.
Okay, Shea and Bianca, I'm curious, did you really go to town, study the episode for every last move too? Because Shea, in particular, the hair, the Marcia hair, got it down.
Oh, thank you. We were really just going in there trying to like take the best direction and be as true to the episode as possible. And I think, some of the best stuff happens when you like study really, really hard, but then when you get on set, you just kind of like let it go and have fun. And we all had so much fun.
It was one of those things where I was excited to play Carol. I'm not usually a Carol type, but when you're up there with the originals, it was like, oh my God, I'm inside the TV. I'm in the Brady house. These are the real people. So, to be in the company, you're only as good as the company you keep. And we were in great company. So what a treat, so much fun. I mean, I might even start being nice now because this is new for me.
Did you all get a choice in what role you played?
No.
I mean, they said to me, we'd like you to play Lucy. And I was like, great. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Lucy looks fabulous too.
I did express some concern about trying to play 15-year-old Greg Brady at this point, and thought that maybe Mike Brady would be more appropriate for me and more desirable for me as well.
How'd you feel about that wig? The wig that you had to don?
Well, there were a lot of questions about the wig because Robert Reed's hair changed throughout the seasons, but I thought it was important to have kind of what we all remember, which was not the straight hair, but more the perm look. And so that became the choice.
Okay, Shea and Bianca, what did you think, doing this, what did you think about that dated dialogue? Did you have any thoughts, any out of body, like, oh my God, they talked like this?
No, I mean, I love anything scripted because then it's not on me. So it's not my material. We just had to deliver it. I had, as Barry has pointed out, after 11 p.m., you lose me because my lines were all very similar. It's a lot of honey, sweetie, lovey, and I would get confused after 11 p.m. So that was the challenging part, is that I really wasn't saying much, but I was saying a lot.
Yeah, for me, there was nothing about the dialogue that really felt too dated. I mean, I've done Shakespeare before, so I feel like, after you pull through a Shakespeare script, anything feels kind of modern. So I feel like it was just, they were, and look, I feel like the Bradys have always just been so groovy, and I was just ready to get into it and just like fully embrace the vernacular. None of it really felt odd. I was all for it. It was a great time.
Eve, where does this episode stand in the Jan Oof? Is this one that people bring up a lot, or is it the Locket one?
Well, they do bring this up a lot, the wig episode. But yeah, Locket, the George Glass business a lot. So yeah, it's right up there though. I think it's probably the most visually arresting.
And Barry, and when you were shooting the title sequences, I'm wondering if old habits immediately fell in when you were looking around doing this. Did you automatically know where to go?
No, I didn't, because I was in a new box. I was in the Mike Brady box instead of the Greg Brady box. So it was a little disorienting, but fortunately we had little things around the set that would help our eye line a little bit, and I knew the characters would be.
I love at the end that they show the outtakes. Was this just a laugh-a-minute process? I mean, what was the whole experience like? Were you guys just giggle queens during this whole thing?
Yeah, a lot that wouldn't suit television. Yes, they go straight to cable.
It was fun to get to do, and it's a 22-minute episode, and it seems like it's going to be quick, and but it really was a lot of concentration on my part. As I've said before, I'm never really this nice. So it's really, really challenging, but there was a lot of moments where it unleashed my demons, much to Eve's happiness.
I like how it ends too with the green screen, so we can really appreciate what you went through. So were you just in one green screen box the entire time?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was the part that was honestly, it wasn't really ever the lines that were a challenge. It was interacting in this invisible world. That was where any of the takes went off, because it's just all like, oh no, you're not interacting with this invisible thing, you're interacting with this invisible thing, Wow.
Another thing that was unusual about working with a green screen was it was completely disoriented. For instance, if you came in from like stage right and started left and turned left where the bedroom might be, that might not be there because it might have been turned over. So you'd have to start from another area. And if you turned at the wrong time, you'd be walking through a table or a countertop or something like that. It was like being in outer space. Sometimes we could refer to a monitor, but most of the time that was just more confusing than anything. So we just had to trust the few set pieces we had, the relationship with the other actors, and then go off memory.
It felt like that scene in Entrapment with Catherine Zeta-Jones trying to evade the lasers, It was that was like us trying to do our blocking. That was it.
Good reference. Excellent pop culture reference. Eve, what was it like using your 21st century eyes and looking back at the script, because it really was kind of a sad story. I mean, Jan didn't like herself in that moment. What did you think?
Well, I think that it was all very apparent even back then. It's a young girl trying to wrestle with how she wants to present herself in the world, and discovering that it's okay to just be yourself. I think also what should be said is it's also okay to wear a black wig if you want.
Yeah. Eve, did you like your hair when you were 12?
I guess, it was all just a part of it. It was my hair. It was what we did. So much of that, so much of what?
The most extraordinary hair ever. Down to her waist. Your mom was with you all that was brushed. It was beautiful. Beautiful hair. I mean, I never seen nobody.
I was groomed somewhat like a Pomeranian. That's true.
As someone
I don't
who
know
owns a
anything that had more
Pomeranian,
beautiful blonde
that's
hair
love.
than Eve Plumb. My gosh.
Last question, I'll let you go. Is there any chance you'll do another one of these episodes? Oh man, it just exceeded expectations.
Well, if they ask, I'm in.
Fingers crossed. Yes.
It all depends on what you write.
All right.
It's on you, Lynette.
Yes.
If you like it and ask for it, we just might be doing another episode. So get that in mind too, which one you'd like to see.
All right, I'm on it. Thank you so much. This was super fun. I can't wait for people to see it.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.